StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
All right, here we go.
All right. It is time.
It's time. I got
For
my
a-
snacks, got my drink.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What snacks and drink are there today?
I have classic Coca-Cola and mini rice cakes that are covered in pure chocolate.
So like, okay. This is breaking my brain a little bit.
Okay.
So like rice cakes are weight loss food, yes? They are food that have like virtually no calories.
If you say so.
They are. Back me up, chat. But then you dip them in chocolate.
Well, yeah. I don't dip them, but yeah.
No. Sorry, not you. I just mean they come pre-dipped in chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
They're not entirely covered in chocolate, just one half.
Okay.
The chocolate.
Okay, I need you to look on the packaging and tell me how many calories are like per disc.
Servings per packet, 4.
Yep.
Serving size,
Yep.
15 grams.
Do some math.
Like 86 calories.
86 calories per disc.
Average quantity per serving. So that times 4. So that's like 260 calories.
Yeah. So it's not. I mean, I don't get it, man. I don't understand.
The answer is it's tasty.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But I imagine. Okay, whatever. I just imagine there are better things to coat with chocolate that would have a similar calorie count. But maybe not.
I don't know. I like the rice cake part.
Okay. I mean, would you ever eat a rice cake on its own?
I mean,
I have.
I would
and
consider this. I am right. Like it being half coated in chocolate is not exactly like mixing
It's not.
things up. It's not like it's a lot extra.
Oh. Okay.
Right.
All right. I guess so. I don't know. I've had rice cakes before. Like growing up, my parents weren't necessarily health nuts, but they wouldn't buy sugar stuff. So, growing teenage boy, it's like, okay, we have apples in the fridge, we've got bananas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tired of apples and bananas and yogurts and healthy things. And sometimes there'd be rice cakes in the pantry, and I'd be like, I'm going to eat this just because I need to eat something that's different.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And and let me just say, since I moved out on my own, I've never once purchased a rice cake in any form. So, that just goes to show my feelings on them, I believe.
Okay, well,
Anyway.
I like them.
Good. I'm glad you enjoy your snacks. And the Coke Classic, good stuff too.
Yeah, it's all right.
Will not say no to a Coke. Obviously.
Now that you've got to pay for your own, though, you don't get it free from the work at the freestyle machine.
I know. I miss the freestyle machine so much. I think I've said this before, but I always got cherry vanilla Coke Zero with like a weird ratio of vanilla to cherry. It wasn't 50-50.
Okay.
It was heavier on the cherry than on the vanilla. And I miss it because they do have cherry vanilla Coke Zero in cans in Walmart now, but it sucks. And I don't know how they ruined it.
Okay.
Like the cherry Coke Zero is good and it's fine. But man, the cherry vanilla, they just did something is weird about it. The way they combined the flavors just makes no sense and it's bad. It makes me sad. And so when I do my grocery pickup order, I get a couple things of, I order Coke Zero Cherry, but sometimes that's out. And they're like, here's cherry vanilla Coke Zero. And I'm like, look, I understand you feel like this is the same thing. I get it. But it's totally not the same thing. Please, please, none of that.
Do you have Coke pineapple?
No, I've never seen Coke pineapple.
Because I was at Hoyt's the other day, right, going to the See Empire Strikes Back, and they have a bunch of, like, fill your own cup. Like, you get a Coke, and they're like, here's a cup, go fill it up. And so you go to, like, the terminal, it says Coke, and it has 3 buttons, and there's multiple ones. So if you find the Coke terminal that says cherry or vanilla, then you can only get cherry or vanilla there. But one of them said lime, and the other one said pineapple and regular. So you can get lime and pineapple flavored Coke here, but only at the theater.
But it's not like coming in a bottle. It's like an add-in.
No. So It's just like a dispensary. You push the button and it fills the cup, right?
Yeah. So it comes out of the fountain as Coke pineapple.
Yes.
Okay. Because like some of the gas stations here do have like little mix-ins that you can do. So like you fill up your cup with Coke and then you move it over a little bit and you press a button and a little bit of flavoring comes out of the thing.
Okay.
They've got cherry, vanilla, grape, whatever.
Okay.
I think vanilla exists there, but I've never seen a Coke pineapple come out of a fountain or be in a bottle or a can before. So that's interesting.
Okay.
I'm going to Google it.
Okay.
Did you get it? Was it good?
No, I didn't get it.
Oh.
Pineapple's
You're
not
so
great.
You're so derisive.
You're just like,
no. What's wrong with you?
I don't like pineapple. It's not great.
Okay. Like, so it's not just the pineapple; it's the flavor of pineapple too.
Yeah.
Google is calling you a liar, man. It's like there's Pepsi pineapple stuff, but I don't see any Coke pineapple stuff.
Wow. You know,
You'll have to go to another movie and take a picture or a video and post it on Twitter, and then I'll believe you.
all right, I will do that. I will.
You have to see Return of the Jedi now.
Yeah. We are. It's only
Good.
showing for 1 week in like 10 days or something.
Perfect. All right, that'll work out.
Yeah, I know.
I'm excited for this.
Me too.
So I did mean to ask you, now that you have seen some Star Wars on the big picture, on the big screen, how was your experience?
Good. Yeah, still good movies.
Did it change your feelings or experience at all, or is it just
No.
like this is just like watching it on a TV?
I mean, because I've seen them so much, I don't think my feelings are ever really going to shift on them. But it's enjoyable to see it in that environment, right?
Yeah.
Especially since I hadn't seen those ones before. So it was enjoyable, but I don't think I'd need to go see it there every time.
Yeah. So it improved the experience, but it didn't necessarily like put it on another level or anything.
Right.
Okay. No, I get it.
No.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm too young to really have seen the Star Wars movies in theaters, unless I went to Return of the Jedi when I was like 6 or something, which my parents did not take me to.
Right. No.
I don't think they saw them, to be honest. Anyway, but in the late 90s, kind of in the lead up to episode 1, they put the specialized editions of the trilogy in theaters for like a month or something. And I went and saw those. And that was great. That was my first time seeing them in theaters, and I felt like it helped. Star Wars is a theater movie, right? It's got big action set pieces. It's got crazy space battles, and it's just big. You know what I mean? Some movies don't necessarily have to be seen in a movie theater, and they're the same thing. But I always felt like...
What movie would you not recommend a movie theater for?
There's a bunch. Like, comedies in general, doesn't matter if you're in a movie theater or not. Like, none of it's really big picture stuff.
No, it does. If you see it with a group of people and everyone laughs together, right?
Communal experience.
Yeah, definitely improves comedies. Go watch a comedy in a movie theater, but be the only person in the theater. Nothing's funny. Literally nothing.
Well, unless it's a good comedy and can stand on its own. I maintain a movie is truly funny if you can show it to one person and they die laughing.
Sure, yeah. Like, I'll give you that. There are definitely things that are funny like that. But
inherently funny.
Lots of comedies aren't.
That's fair. Okay, so for the communal aspect, but you can get that just by having 6 or 7 people in your house watching it with you, right?
It's true.
So I'm just saying the big picture aspect of going to the movies. I wasn't necessarily talking about the in a group aspect.
Right, but you don't need to know the people next to you in a theater, right? Like, if you want to get 6 people in your house to watch Step Brothers, you need to know 6 people. You can't pull them off the street.
True.
But you will laugh. If the person next to you is laughing in a theater, you'll laugh as well, even if you don't know them. I mean, that's why they made 3 Hangover movies, because people in theaters laughed.
I haven't seen any of the Hangovers. Are you telling me that the Hangover movies are not actually funny?
I mean, they have some nice jokes. Like, it's not all bad, right?
Okay.
But there's a lot of stuff that if you watched it by yourself in a movie theater, you would not laugh.
All right. That's interesting. Well, so what about more like dramas, right? Like, here's the thing. They don't make this kind of movie for theaters anymore as much. They usually like their Netflix streaming shows or something else.
Give me an example.
I know. I'm trying to think of something that's come out recently, and I'm drawing a blank because first of all, it's COVID times,
Right.
and
Hasn't been a new release in like 6 months. Yeah.
not really. I mean, I saw Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet. That was like actiony, wasn't it? Like action always lends better to bigger picture.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Just a new release.
Right.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? If you search dramas, like in movies, most of it is like Korean dramas. I don't know what's happening.
Like Parasite.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
kind of.
Kind of.
Oh,
mean-
yeah, like Parasite. Do you feel like Parasite is a big movie theater experience that it needs to be? I didn't.
I didn't think it would need to be, but it certainly wouldn't
Okay.
be terrible if it was, right?
I don't know that it adds anything. That's all.
I mean, it adds a big screen, right? Higher resolution, comfy chairs, a dark room, and usually some silence from other people, right? Like if you're in your own house, right?
And I'm in my basement, and it's dark, and I'm on a comfy couch, and I've got a big screen.
You can get like an similar experience at home, but you've got 3 kids, right? When are they giving you the time of day to sit down and watch for an hour and a half a movie in complete silence?
I put them to sleep in bed a good couple hours before I go to sleep every night. So there's a little wiggle room there.
Sure. Okay, but do you get hot popcorn at home, right? Like, and jumbo cups and reclining chairs? That's a lot of investment for most people.
True, it is.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I don't get 100% of it, but I get
Right.
close to it. But what I can't reproduce is the sound.
Hmm.
The sound is what gets expensive. If you're trying to reproduce theater sound in your house, that costs a lot,
Can do, yeah.
right? So I think the sound and I don't know. I feel like there is just something different about the opening to A New Hope when you see the Star Destroyer crawling across your screen and filling up the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it just feels bigger in the movie theater than it does at home.
Mm-hmm. I'm not arguing that, yeah.
That's all. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Okay.
So anywho, Return of the Jedi, Pineapple Coke, homework, got it.
Got it. Yep.
Got it. Nailed it.
10 points.
10 points for Somicron.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, Weezer? Yeah, I didn't see Parasite until it won the Oscar.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I should probably see this. It was good.
It was a good movie. Yeah.
It's fine. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, but there's not much shame in that because I don't really rewatch stuff. But anyway.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, Decadence wrapped up season 1.
Did it?
I think so. Wikipedia seems to indicate... Wait, hold on a second. Now that I'm thinking about
It's
it.
a 12-episode season and only 10 episodes out. What the hell are you on about?
I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Wikipedia doesn't even hold slots for the additional episodes.
No.
So I looked at it last week and it was like, all right, coming up, episode 10, and there was nothing below it. And I was like, oh my gosh, 10's the last one. But now 10's there, and now it's like, here's 11.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
You
so
got
that's
2 more
how I
episodes.
got all mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, good. 12 episodes. I guess it makes sense. Like, episode 10 ended on quite a cliffhanger, so...
Quite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm honestly trying to figure out how Natsume gets out of this. Like...
I mean, I think obviously the big Gadol thing is going to draw Hyujin and Mugen away. And then she'll be like, you need me to defeat this thing because I'm the only one who can do it because I'm super powerful.
That's a hard sell. I don't know if that's true.
Or maybe that thing can only see people who are chipped and recognized by the bug, by the system, and because she's a bug, she can do it. There you go.
I mean, every other Gadol that she's ever fought has definitely seen her, including the big scary one.
Right, but those Gadol were all killed in the genocide system. This one survived by like impregnating a chipped dude, so it grew differently.
You you are not wrong. I was like, wait, what is happening right now? Who is that? Oh, what? His stomach's getting real big. Oh boy, it's an alien situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's right out of that dude's chest.
Yeah. It was real nice. They had some way to make another Godal, even though their factory was completely destroyed.
Right, well, I'm sure they've got all the information. Just going to take them some time to set another factory up. So.
But I'm just saying, like, they use the factory for everything, but apparently if you have an existing Godal, you can infect
Well,
an
think,
avatar with, like, you know what I mean?
right, well,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one was special, right? It was hanging out in, like, the command room. It was probably like a beta Godal being like, let's improve it and make systems better, as they did R&D on them. But the only thing I'm now thinking of is when they showed, like, the giant Godals that they fought in, like, episode 1 and hit it with the city.
Yeah.
Did that thing come out of the lake? Like, how did they hide that? Right. Well, how did they build that there? That size creature does not fit in that environment.
Well, they're in a bubble, right?
Well, yeah.
Decadence is in a bubble. You just build it outside the bubble and wander it in. Yeah.
Right. No. But the bubble that the facility, the factory, is inside that bubble.
No, but I mean, maybe this one is built in a different factory. Oh, but then there's a different one. What's the point of episode 9?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the lake, we don't know exactly how big the lake is, do we?
I mean, we see the relative size of the regular ones floating in there and how many of those they can fit. So
yeah.
you get a rough sense of scale. I just feel like those big ones, or the monstrous ones, are too big to hide there. Or at least to build there, at the very least.
Perhaps
And when they would do, like, we're going to send all the... we're going to have, like, a suicide run, right? And the one jumped out of the mountain, they were like, oh no, that one's not finished yet. Right? So they were building it there at what was supposed to be Mount Everest.
Okay.
So they can clearly build these things elsewhere.
Yeah. They must. Oh no, we found holes in the plot.
Found a plot hole.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. That's a good question.
Still a good show.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah. No, it's definitely good. Man, can I just tell you how much I love blonde lady whose name I can't be bothered to remember?
Kurosai?
You don't know it. I have it right here. Hold on. Kuronai.
I was close.
Yeah, you were.
Yep.
Kuronai. She's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, poor little Natsume here didn't have a mom that we know of, and her dad got murdered when she was little, and like for Kuronai just to be like, hey, let me be your mom real quick every time I see you and talk to you in any sense. It's just, it's so heartwarming. It's so wonderful.
Nice lady. Yeah.
She's so nice. She's so nice.
She's gonna be real mad when she finds out Kabu's dead.
Yes.
Because your whole theory is that she exists purely to try and bang Kabu.
I mean, that is untrue. She also exists to be Natsume's mom. Obviously. I just made that point.
I didn't say those things couldn't both be true.
You said solely to bang Kabu. That definitely means both those things can't be true.
Well, if Kabu is a father figure to Natsume, then it has to be true. Right?
No.
Yeah.
I refuse to back down.
Hey, man, they're both your theories.
Anyway, I don't know, when poor Natsume is like hiding in the alleyway, just sobbing to herself, and Kuronai's like, I got this on lockdown. I'm going to listen, and I'm going to say stuff that's awesome, and I'm going to change her worldview, and then I'm going to give her food. It's just like this perfect system. Bam, bam, bam. And finish.
Yeah.
With the little meat pie thing. I don't know what that was. It looked good, though.
It looked okay. Yeah. Food in anime always looks good.
It's true.
Yeah. 100% of the time. There's an entire isekai, I think it's called, like, Restaurant to Another World, that is just about serving, like, fantasy world people with our world's food, and all the food looks amazing.
That's the whole show?
That is 100% of the show.
And they're like, on this week's episode, watermelon.
I mean, kind of. It's more like this one guy loves shrimp, but boy, does he can't get shrimp. Shrimp is only available in his home country, but he manages to stumble along this abandoned house in like the middle of the desert. But once a week, a door will open up there, goes through the door, comes into a restaurant, and is able to get deep fried shrimp or some shit. And it like blows his mind. And then like every week he dedicates his entire life to going there every week, and stuff like that. It's not terrible. It's a fun show just to watch people get their minds blown. Highly recommend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. We'll roll with it.
Mm.
Man. All right, so we have more decadence. I'm happy about that. I was
2 more episodes.
not doing. Yeah, 2 more episodes. Great stuff.
Cool.
Hoorah! All right, what else is going on in the world? Scarlet won DreamHack NA,
Cool.
which I need to look this up because I made this point to you. Huh?
I mean, it's NA.
Oh, but I
how
think the
hard
point
could it be?
I'm making here is that I don't think she has done this for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, that's true. Maybe she hasn't, but I mean, it's NA.
It's irrelevant, is what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying everyone knows that the best thing you can do for StarCraft in NA is to leave NA. Right?
Wow.
It's true. Special, Scarlet, they're all like, well, we're in the North American region. Let's go to Korea. Tastosis was like, we're the best cast in the world. Let's go to Korea. Right? You can't be in NA and be good.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I'm just saying she hasn't done it in a while. And we talked about this over voice chat yesterday, I think, but the point is, it's weird to me that she's been playing a ton of Brood War and that she had her best finish in DreamHack in years. Like, usually that's not how that happens. If somebody's playing both StarCraft 2 and Brood War, like, one of them suffers or both of them suffer. Because they're different games. You can't. It's not the same muscle memory in any sense. It's not the same strategies. It's entirely different metas. So I don't know. It's just incredibly odd to me that this was her best performance in DreamHack, and it was when she's been devoting so much time to in a different game.
Well,
That's all. It's not like she's playing League, but yeah.
I mean, sometimes stepping back can give you a different perspective on things, and maybe she was just like too close to StarCraft 2, took a step back. Started playing some StarCraft 1, came back to it, and was like ready to kick butt.
And you know what? Maybe that's all it is. Because like obviously she didn't work so hard at Brood War that she was like professional level at it. Because
Right.
Artosis was taking games off her, and he's good, but he's not that.
Right.
So
He's no dentist.
Yeah.
Right.
He's no who?
He's no dentist. Like he's got StarCraft 2 installed. It's good.
It's good. So anyway, that happened. Raynor did win DreamHack EU, which is much more impressive than NA, without question.
There's actual enemies to fight. So
Yeah, definitely are. Dude, Clem though, he beat Raynor in a best of 5 earlier in the bracket.
Really?
Yes. Then Raynor fell to the... No, did he? Ah, crap. Nah, the bracket's all confused in my head. 2 seconds. Bracket.
So
Yes!
Star beats
He
Clem.
did. Clem beat Raynor
Clem beat
in the
Raynor.
winners bracket finals 3-2, knocked Raynor to the losers finals, and then Raynor came back up after beating Cyril, and Raynor won 4-3 in the best of 7. So this is Clem taking 6 games off of Raynor in a total of 12.
It's impressive.
That is impressive. Like, that is some really, really good stuff from Clem.
True facts.
I didn't see that. Like, I like Clem a lot. But this made me respect him a lot more. To take that many games off of Raynor, who's playing super well this year. Clem's playing really well this year too.
For sure, yeah.
But then Raynor to beat Cyril 2 times in a row is just bonkers as well. Like, we've known that for a long time. Raynor and Cyril, they're a coin flip. For whatever reason, Cyril can be ranked higher, but Raynor will win half of his games versus Cyril, and sometimes a little bit more. He did win 6 games out of 10.
Yeah.
6 out of 10 at DreamHack. So,
well, I mean, I think everyone's hopes is that Clem starts to like power up like Reno did, and then we can get something other than a ZVZ finals. You know,
we did.
Yeah, no,
Got
but
it
like
here.
on a permanent basis, right? Like, is this an anomaly, or is this the near future?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think if Clem can take that many games off Raynor, he can take that many games off anybody. I don't think he's going to struggle against Korean Zergs. I don't necessarily think I wish he played against Cyril, but I'd love to see that. That would be a really good measure of how good his TVZ is right now.
Did he not?
Not in the bracket. Cyril, I mean, maybe. Hold on, were they in the same group? No. Nope, they didn't.
No.
They didn't match up. But there's so much more StarCraft this year before we get to Katowice.
It's true.
Yeah.
Wow, looking forward to it.
Scarlet said on stream that Brood War has more going on, but it's slower. You can't tell which one's harder. Yeah, I guess. I can agree with that. I don't know that one is necessarily more difficult than the other. StarCraft 2 definitely has easier mechanics in a lot of ways.
Definitely got a lot more quality of life features.
Yes. Just, I mean, the ability to hotkey multiple buildings at once to produce stuff is incredible.
Yep. Selecting more.
But yeah, StarCraft 2 is a lot faster. Units are faster. Compositions are faster. You get into fights faster. Yeah. I get what she's saying there. I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So what's next for DreamHack? NA's done. EU's done.
Season finals are done, I believe.
That's that.
Because that's Masters Fall. So Fall's done.
Oh, you're right.
No, I don't think it is. What am I looking at? Might have been looking at last year's. That would explain a few things.
So there's Masters Winter coming up.
Yes.
And that is... Give me some dates.
I don't know. What I can tell you is that the group stage for the season finals for Fall... Yeah, Fall. Scrolled up to look at it. Is in 12 hours.
Oh, dang. Okay, that's nice.
Reina, Stats, Dongray, Gu, and Nice in Group B.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Rogue, Special, and Clemmer in the same group.
And
Cyril,
Probe.
Innovation,
Don't leave out Probe. How dare you skimp over Australia's finest? How dare you?
You just spent like a minute and a half pooping all over the North America scene. You don't get to be like, oh, but Probe. No.
No, you're right.
And then Cyril, Innovation, and Scarlet and Time are in Group D. That's just like the ZVT Group of Doom.
It's true.
That should be a lot of fun. Although I don't trust Innovation, so he's not getting out.
You don't think Innovation will get out with that group?
I would not be shocked to see it. I bet Time can beat him. TVT is weird, man.
I mean, sure, but it's a hell of a lot more stable and consistent than ZVZ.
And Scarlet, coming off of her high of winning DreamHack North America, she's going to be a threat. I mean, I'd like her to be, but I don't think she will be.
I mean, I feel like Cyril and Innovation get out of that group pretty easily.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Right, like Innovation's probably used to beating Scarlet down from GSLs, right? Like, if Scarlet was capable of beating Cyril, we would know. If she was capable of beating Inno, she would go further in GSL. Like, fingers crossed she does great. Like, I would love to see it because I'm a huge fan of upsets. But I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah. Who do you pick?
So we'll see. Who am I picking?
Yeah, who are you picking for Group B, C, and D? Let's go, since A is already done.
Right, good call.
Uh,
Rain or Dongregу, Group B. I just, with the state of ZVP right now and how well both Rainer and Dongregу are playing, I think that is fair.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing.
Okay, how about Group C for you?
Ooh, Clem and Probe.
Okay.
I mean, Clem.
Man, I
Clem.
love Probe. Probe's a great dude. He's a fun guy to watch.
Yeah, for sure. If I had to pick seriously, I would say Clem and Rogue.
Fair.
I think Clem's better than Special.
Yeah, I think so too right now.
Yeah.
And then Group D, Serial Innovation. Yeah, that's fair. Again, I'd love to see Scarlet do some stuff. She's capable. Like, that's the thing. Like, there are these players who we've seen them reach really high heights. And they just haven't done it in a while, but it just feels like they can. You know, there are other players that I watch where I don't feel like they can, and it's just a different thing.
Fair.
Blah. Sports is hard.
It's true.
Sports is difficult. So good.
Yeah, and tonight we've got GSL.
Is it another 3 a.m.?
It's in 6
Hang on, you
hours
don't
from
know
now.
that.
It's in 6 hours from now.
Yep, 3 a.m.
Cool.
Man, they hate this. They hate us in America right now.
It's because you have no good players.
That's fair, but we never do. Like, I just feel like the last GSL that we had, they had more friendly times for North America more often.
Maybe the group stage 2, where they think the competition will be fiercer, they'll have better times for NA.
Maybe. That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. We'll have to see, I guess. So another StarCraft 2 news. I don't know. I just, my YouTube channel, StarCraft 2 views are just down.
Yeah.
That's what they are. I mean, I'm not sure how representative this fact is, but just none of the top 10 most watched videos of the last 30 days are StarCraft 2. Zero of them.
Literally zero.
Yeah, which kind of blows my mind. Like, that's been a trend for a while. And the previous 30-day group, there were like 2 StarCraft 2 videos in there, and that wasn't great. But for there to be zero is just like, all right, well, I get it. We've been talking about it on the podcast and talking about it on the Discord. There's a lot of StarCraft 2 content out there. There are a lot of good, you know, amateur casters. There's a lot of good professional casters putting stuff out, professional players putting stuff out. And it's just it's a really saturated market at this point in time. So I think too, I was thinking about this, and part of my problem too might be that I'm running with the buffer. So like if a great game happens on a Sunday and they release the replay pack on Tuesday, right? Then even if I'm like, okay, I gotta cast this now, it doesn't show up on my channel for a week later. And by that time, it's probably been viewed by someone who is looking for it from a different place other than where it was originally.
True.
Like, yeah, there was an insane Clem Rainer game actually that was in DreamHack. One of the games that they had, one of the 12 games that they played. And yeah, like Twitch chat was just like, this is gonna be cast by 17 different people on YouTube. It just is.
Yeah.
And so for me to be like a week later, be like, hey guys, remember this great game? Is like, yeah, that's old news, man.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is part of the problem as well. Whereas with my Brood War stuff, I'm not casting tournament replays that are generally like some of it's tournament stuff, but from years ago.
All of the replays are old, so it doesn't matter if they wait a week.
Some of them are, but a lot of them are ladder matches too. Like ladder matches that have never been cast before from 2019 or 2020. So those also, they fit the bill of never been cast before, which makes them interesting. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a paradigm shift, because this is what my channel has been for StarCraft 2 since 2015, was me grabbing tournament replays and posting them. And that was it. I was never hot off the press. I was never, you can't get this anywhere else. I was never anything like that. But I was growing and getting subs, and view counts were good. And for StarCraft 2 just to fall off a cliff is just like, well, I mean, it changes. You know, you got to change with the times as they change.
Mm.
So maybe that's the lesson here.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna get rid of the buff?
I don't know. I can't get rid of the buffer. There are too many times I need the buffer.
Well, what if you just only have a buffer when you need it?
What does that mean? The whole point is I don't know when I'm gonna need it.
Well, no, 90% of the time when you need a buffer, it's because you want to take a week off and go to a lake or some shit, right? And you're just like, I need things to post while I'm gone. That's when you need the buffer.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. My life is pretty boring.
Mm-hmm. I can confirm, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you
So,
can
like,
still have a smaller buffer, you just don't need a week. Keep like 2 or 3 games that you've got recorded that you think are really good games and just post them whenever, like, keep them in your back pocket until you need them, but then post them when the new update comes out and then find something else. That way, you're not, like, your buffer isn't games from 6 months ago that are in a different patch because people don't care about old patch stuff, right?
right. Well, okay. I don't know if that's entirely true.
It's not entirely true, but
Because, like, I did get, like, a Snoot versus Beyond game from, like, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And that was super old patch and super old game.
Right.
But
That was
that
Beyond.
got some pretty good view counts because people are like, Snoot, I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, Beyond.
Yeah, no.
Remember when battle cruisers had the point defense drone, and there was a little bit of that.
Battle
It's
cruisers?
like maybe I should just be the nostalgia StarCraft guy. Like maybe all I do is post old stuff from old times that people are like, oh yeah, I could do that. That wouldn't be too bad. That'd be fun.
Wasn't the whole point of this conversation that you think you need to be more concurrent?
No,
That
it wasn't.
That you need to
'Cause
not
everyone-
post
like,
things
too
on
many-
Clayton.
Everyone's doing that though. Friggin' Winter and Loco and
Don't worry,
Pig and
people aren't actually watching Winter. That's bots. We all know this.
I mean,
But you know, Loco is good content. Look, if you don't think you can run with the wolves, drop out of the pack.
I can't run with the wolves, man. Apparently, I can't.
No. Just gotta start
So
doing.
here's the other problem: is that Brood War replays aren't broken unless they're like 15 years old and older.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
StarCraft 2 replays are busted if they're older than like 3 years ago. Like, and sometimes, depending on the patch, are busted if they were from 4 months ago. I'm still mad about that one.
Is that patch still broken?
Yeah, I went back and tried it the other day, and it's still broken. It blows my mind.
Blizz is not.
There's a
fixing
whole tournament that just never got recast by anybody.
that. Mm-hmm. That's
Amazing.
rough. Yep.
Yep. Anyway, but yeah, that's the problem. If I'm trying to be the nostalgia StarCraft 2 caster, I can't go cast Wings of Liberty stuff.
No.
You know, that'd be awesome though. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. As someone who was never here for Wings of Liberty, I'll have to take your word for it.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I just mean, I guess I have heard this theory before, or maybe someone has done it. It's kind of sketchy, but you install an old version of StarCraft, right? Like you find an installer from 2016
Mm-hmm.
or from 2013.
Mm-hmm.
You install it, don't let it update,
Mm-hmm.
and then load those replays.
Yeah, that can probably be done.
Yeah.
But where are you gonna find that installer?
The internet will provide. I don't know. I'll look into it. How about that?
Go for it. You can certainly try. I don't think I would be surprised if people were like archiving old versions of StarCraft 2 launches, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
I'd be very surprised if that was somewhere. Like the internet is forever, but I don't think it cares about that. I'm not arguing that someone doesn't have one somewhere, right? I'm arguing that I don't think they're posting it anywhere.
Right. You know, the Team Liquid forums might be a good place to go.
Maybe.
That's where the diehards are. That's where if there's a weirdo who has the installers from old versions of StarCraft,
That's where they'd be. Yeah.
like that's where they'd be. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. 100%.
All right. We'll look into it.
Hmm.
I see you, Cope.
Mm-hmm.
Keep everything the same, but drop StarCraft 2 for more Brood War. That doesn't keep everything the same at all.
That changes everything.
No, Weezer, I don't think anyone's working to fix that patch that we just lost.
No.
Those replays that are dead.
No.
there's an official like post out there on the forums, on the Blizz forums. It's like, hey, this is a problem, and they know it.
Mm-hmm.
They've responded to it, but it's not. I don't think it's happening.
No, it's sad.
Sad. It's so sad. Anyway, blah blah blah. Housekeeping stuff. Blah blah blah. I say blah blah.
People want to see that thing. Well, hear that sort of stuff, I suppose.
I suppose they do. No one's complained about it.
No.
Actually, the only feedback we really get is from John's, from Ted.
Especially, essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Did you see that there's an update for Fall Guys?
I did. I actually watched some video of it earlier today. I mean, it's different, not crazy different.
No, it's not crazy different. The interesting thing is, supposedly the hackers are gone. That
Yes.
now has an anti-cheat system.
Which, like, why you don't launch with that, I don't understand, but it's okay.
Well, they were targeting kids, and so they were figuring, well, kids aren't going to go to the hassle of hacking this because they're kids. But they also happen to make a game that's incredibly fun for adults.
Right.
And some people have a very, very small modicum of self-worth to the point where they don't mind cheating in a kid's game.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they value winning over anything else, even their own feeling of self-worth. Because, people like that exist. Like RJB in Discord was talking the other day about people that join like custom 2v2 games in Road War.
Yeah.
And then it actually turns out that the three of the people involved are friends.
Oh, really?
And so the person on the person who's out's team backstabs them.
Oh.
And then the other team wins. And it's like, how is this like
How is this enjoyable?
I know. How do you like doing this? I don't understand. It's not even like there's a ladder. It's not even like they're getting points for this. It's just join a custom game, screw someone over, make them mad, move on. Like I don't get it, but these people exist. At least in Fall Guys, you can get like skins and stuff. There's tangible rewards for winning.
It's true.
They're not great rewards, but they're there.
They are there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dumb. People are bad.
Yep.
Turns out. Star Wars Squadrons released what they called like a prequel trailer the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I watch this? Because the word trailer's in there. But then I was like, you know what? I think we're okay. Because they called it a prequel, which indicates it's not going to be part of the actual campaign story. So I watched it, and it was great. I don't think it spoiled anything.
Okay.
I mean, I won't really know until it comes out in a month, but...
Right.
Yeah. Basically, it's just from the perspective of an Empire pilot who's at the losing end of a battle post Return of the Jedi. And, like, he gets the command to retreat, and he's pissed because they keep retreating from these stupid rebels now. And one of his... he's the captain of his squad, and one of his squad members is kind of lagging behind. They're in a bomber. They're slower than everybody else, and they're getting chased. So he goes back and helps them. So they make it back to the Star Destroyer, but he doesn't. He gets hit and disabled, and like they take off without him. So it's good. Like I've never once felt like empathy for an Empire pilot before. But this, I was like, holy crap, dude! Like that sucks. You got left behind because you were helping one of your friends out there in this war that you're losing. You know. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. He gets found and he fights back and he runs and he flies at the surface of a planet and it's crazy and whatever. It's fine.
He flies to the surface of a planet.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where it ends?
No. There's an X-Wing following him. So he has to like dogfight the X-Wing, of course, through a canyon. Like you can never... like you can never take a starfighter to a planet and just be like, and then it was nothing but plains as far as the eye can see.
Right. No, of course not.
No, but it's like canyons and valleys and lakes and stuff. And he's fighting and he manages to win, but his ship like fails eventually and he has to like ditch it. But then he gets found. Like, I don't know. It's not very clear, but like his commander totally finds him and is like, hey, we're going to come pick you up. And it's like, but okay, he's not that far from where you just got your butts kicked by the rebels. Like,
Right.
how are you in the neighborhood at this point? Maybe on the other. I don't get it. It's fine. It was good.
Who knows?
Yeah. So I'm assuming this one pilot is maybe who you play as in the campaign on the Empire campaign,
Maybe.
and just giving a little bit of backstory as to who he is and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. It was pretty. It was X-wings shooting stuff and
All the things you want.
all the things I want. And I'm such a nerd. I was like, hey, that X-wing has all 4 of his cannons linked, and he's firing more quickly than I can in Alliance when I'm in that mode. Because like usually, if you have all 4 cannons linked in X-wing Alliance, it's 4 shots, but it's a slower refire rate than if you're going one at a time. And he was just like all 4 cannons, pow, 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 pow. And I was like, this is unfair. What's happening right now?
He's hacked on.
He's hacked his X-wing.
Well,
And like the Empire pilot shoots the R2 unit off of the X-wing.
Oh no.
It's like, oh no, R2 unit. What did he ever do? Maybe it's an R4. I don't know. I'm not enough of a nerd to be like,
You're
this particular.
You're enough of a
version
nerd to
droid.
notice that his rate of fire was wrong.
I am. I'm enough of a nerd, but I'm not so much of a nerd that I knew exactly whether it was an R2, an R4, or an R6 that was in that X-wing. Of course, knowing that those are the options is pretty nerdy.
Also true.
Anyway, that's going to come out eventually. Maybe I don't know if I'm going to finish Alliance. It's real hard, man. I wanted to finish Alliance before Squadrons came out, but like it's kicking my butt.
Yeah.
Maybe if I just find cheats and beat the ones that I can't beat otherwise with cheats, I can get it done by then.
I mean, you got 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks, a little bit more. A little more than 2 weeks.
Good luck.
Maybe I'll do that. Because I really don't want to play this level that I'm stuck on again. It sucks. It's an escort level especially, so it's garbage. It's like I can kind of protect the thing, but then I die. But then if I try to keep myself alive, then it dies, and it's gross.
Sounds like a perfectly well-balanced game.
It's not. It's from 1999, man. They didn't care about balance back then.
It's true.
They didn't have people on Reddit talking about how hard the campaign was back then, so they could do whatever they want.
I mean, but surely they played the game before they put it out.
Yeah,
right?
No, but that's how they did the thing in the 80s and the 90s, was they made it super duper hard to get replay value and to get hours out of it. We've talked about this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like Super Mario Brothers, if you play it through straight and you know what you're doing, it's about 30 minutes. That's without the warps, right?
Sure. Never played
But if you... Yeah, but it's hard, and so you get 60 hours out of it because you can't get past World 4. And that's how they justified charging $60 for games back then. And that's where Alliance is too. I mean, they have a lot of missions though. Maybe they're stuck in between, like we have CDs and we have a lot of space to store stuff now. We're not restricted by cartridge size. So we're going to have a lot of levels, but also we want to make them hard because that's how we've always done it.
Right.
So maybe it's just like a terribly hybrid, weird time of game development where both these things were true. I can see that.
Maybe. X-Wing Alliance, yeah? That's what you're stuck on? What's the fastest it can be done? Like, what can a speedrunner do this at?
There are a lot of missions that are like, wait for this to happen. I don't think...
Main story, 36 hours. That's time to beat. That's not a speedrun.
That's not a speedrun? Okay. 36? Man, these people are good.
That was polled by 6 people.
Okay.
So there are 6 people on the internet who have finished this game and bothered to time themselves, or at least have a look. It says here rushed. If like at 36 hours at a leisurely pace, 15 at a rushed pace.
Whew. I want to see this. I need to see somebody play the whole thing in 15 hours. That sounds impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, look, part of this is that I suck. I get it. I'm old and I'm slow, and I was never that good in the first place.
It's true.
Yeah, so that's a thing. I mean, X-Wing Alliance speedrun. Is that even a thing?
Don't know.
We'll look it up. Speed archive. It's now in progress as of this thing posted back in 2008. So that's good.
Cool.
Speedrun.com. I
don't think there is a speedrun.
Hang on. I think maybe they track it by level.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
I found a list where it's like every mission is listed out, and then we have speedrun times for each of the levels.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. I mean, if we look at this, dang, like all of these are under 10 minutes. That's pretty good. How? Like, there are missions that took me 20 minutes to do, and it wasn't that I kept dying or anything. It's just like, you got to clear these things out and then wait for a bit. Maybe there's like hacks or glitches and exploits you can do.
Maybe.
Yeah, man. Like this Battle 4 Mission 1 is 12 minutes, and that is by far the longest one.
Right.
Okay, so there's a lot of missions. I was not wrong about that. But if they're all around 5 to 10 minutes, then yeah, that speedrun is not. Maybe an hour?
An hour to beat the whole game.
I'm serious. Some of these are like a minute and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
4 minutes. Okay, this one's 18. That adds a whole bunch.
That adds a lot.
Yeah. Maybe 2 hours then. Here, someone figure this out for me. Because we are about out of time, actually.
I'll wait a little bit.
Do we...
No.
Oh, yeah. I guess we started the countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to get good. So I think I will just find some cheats. And if I run into a wall in X-Wing Alliance, I'll just bypass it.
Okay.
Because, like, it's not like every mission's like this. There are missions I've done that have been challenging, and I've died a couple times, but I've been able to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, some of these have just been beasts. That's all.
Okay.
So anything you want to cover for the last 5 minutes that we have here?
ODST. I want to call it ODST.
Yeah, ODST.
Yeah,
looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, me too. It's a really good game, right? Very different from the regular games where it's like, all right, linear story, mission. This one's like, wander around a city at night, try to stay alive, and then maybe run into a mission or two, right? If you can find them. Which
I like that. That sounds fun.
Oh, super fun. Yeah.
Yeah. How was it received when it came out? Do you remember?
Relatively positive, right?
So people weren't like, this isn't like the other Halos, boo.
No, because finding all the missions wasn't hard, and once you get into the mission, it's basically like a regular Halo.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been looking at some of the part times, because Bungie set part times for all the games, for all the levels. Some of the levels are like, beat the level in 2 minutes. And I'm like,
dang.
You can do that? Like, so I'm gonna have a lot of fun trying to beat those.
That's the other thing about just pre-internet gaming is we didn't know anybody was.
True.
We went to some national video game competition of which I don't think there were.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know. Like the best player in the world was basically the best player on your street. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like holy crap, Jim is incredible at Street Fighter 2.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, he probably was garbage. He probably just knew how to do like 2 moves really well, and no one knew how to stop him.
Right.
And if he ever competed officially, he'd get his butt kicked.
Probably.
But we didn't know. Nobody knew. It was just, it was different.
It was very different.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing is, after ODST, there's 2 games left to come to PC, and only one of them is scheduled. So there's Halo 4, which is already part of the Master Chief Collection. And interestingly enough, when Halo 2 came out, it had a multiplayer, like a Halo 2 Remastered multiplayer, which was actually running a Halo 4 multiplayer game, right? They just
Yes.
tuned Halo 4 to look like Halo 2 and were like, all right, let's remake some maps and call it good. So theoretically, the game already runs. Halo 4 already runs on PC because Halo 2 runs on PC.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I imagine it will also only take them a couple months to make that one, port that one over.
Mm-hmm.
But the other interesting thing is Halo 5. Halo 5 is not scheduled to join the Master Chief Collection or be released on PC at all, right, at the moment.
They've said they will. It's just not scheduled.
No, they haven't said one way or the other. I think they've actually said they have no current plans to do so. Which
So
sounds
like,
bad.
well, so hang on. The Master Chief Collection is like open-ended?
Yeah,
They're like, pay us $40 and I don't, maybe there will be another couple of games that we haven't talked about. I don't know.
well, Halo 5 hadn't come out yet when the Master Chief Collection did.
Okay.
Right? So
But I'm talking about the one that we got on Steam.
Yeah.
That's the one?
That's the same game. It's the same Master Chief Collection. Like, what's your point?
When the heck did Halo 5 come out?
Well, no, like 2016, right?
Yeah. So what are you talking about? 2015.
Okay, yeah, 2015. But the Master Chief Collection came out before that. Came out in like 2013 or 2014.
Yeah. The first time they did this. But I'm talking about this one that we bought.
Right, but we got the same one.
Okay, so they just said this is the Master Chief Collection ported to Steam.
Yes.
Got it. All right.
Right. And because at the time they were like, well, we're still making money off microtransactions on Halo 5. We want to keep that separate. We want to give that to people because you picked up every game on the Master Chief Collection for $40, right? Now
Yes.
they're going to probably make you pay an extra $20 for the Halo 5. Why give it away for people for free when they can still charge for it?
Well, yeah, okay. Yes.
Right. But
I mean, they could have charged individually for the other ones too.
They did.
Like,
They did. So
not on Steam.
yes, they did.
Oh,
you can
so
actually.
it is pieced out.
Yeah, it is. If you wanted to buy Halo 3, you could.
Oh, all right. That's good to know.
Yeah. But interestingly enough, when Halo 5 came out, it came out with a PC version of Forge. So their little map editor tool runs on PC. And to test maps for submission, you have to be able to play a game on them. So the editor tool can play Halo 5 on PC.
Right.
So theoretically, it also works. They're just not giving it
Okay.
to us.
Okay, so it's never been officially released on PC, but it totally works on PC.
Correct.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's very Microsoft of them.
Very.
All right, looking forward to ODST. I think that'll be
Yeah, it should
a good time.
Should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of team
All
kills
right.
to be on.
Well, anything else we need to cover here?
Do you have anything to say about sports?
I mean, the NBA is happening. It's great. The playoffs are incredible. The NFL looks pretty good. Sports is happening better than I thought it would when these COVID times started. So that's it.
Okay.
Sports ball, 10 seconds.
Sweet. It's perfect.
Yep. Good. Just how like Omicron likes it, except it's better when it's nothing.
Also true.
Yes. All right, cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today for another edition of the live Falcon Paladin Hour, streamed over at twitch.tv/Somicron. You can go ahead and check out the merch link in the show notes, as well as the Patreon page for the podcast directly. If you feel like supporting it monetarily, you can do that. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out with us. Really enjoy doing this, and it's just nice to have an audience. And until next time, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and above all, please take care of yourselves. Goodbye.